All right. Welcome to Off the Rails podcast. I have to tell you, I was just in Walmart and I saw a bag of Starburst. They have all pinks, a bag full of them. I was like, that's too awesome. It's too much. It's too good. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to be able to handle it. All pinks. I don't think I can go back to the flavor reds. I lost my mind when I saw the flavor reds, and now all pinks. It's too much. It doesn't really matter that much because I still don't have my taste of smell or my taste. I don't have either one of them back yet. And I guess it's kind of been a blessing in disguise because I've gone back to work, and there's been a coworker that I have been avoiding for 20 years, and she's kind of stinky. I'm sorry, she just is. I mean, we come in early. I don't think she takes a shower in the morning, and I just have avoided her. And now that I can't smell her, I've gotten to know her really well, and she's delightful. I love her. I really do. It's like all these many years I've just been avoiding her, and she's one of the greatest people I know. What am I going to do when I get my sense of smell back? I don't know I'm going to handle it. It's like there is no way I would ever say anything to hurt her feelings. I like her that much. So I guess for the rest of my work time, I'm just going to have to wear a mask even when this is all over because I really value her as a person. Isn't that something? So, and then you guys were on the West Coast. So, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more woke humor. So I'm trying to be a little more woke with the material. So wrote a woke joke. And I mean, I'm a guy of a certain age. So bear with me if it's not that great. But I want to tell my first woke joke. A dog who was born a male. And I say that because he doesn't lift his leg. He doesn't like to lift his leg when he pees. He, prefers to squat. And, maybe 10% of the time he'll lift his leg. He's fluid with his fluids. And that's okay because he's a good they. Who's a good they? Them's a good they. Yes, them are. Them's a good they. I said that to him and he loved it because it's all about tone with the dog. They don't know what the fuck you're saying. We'll be right back.
We're back.
And we are back. Welcome to Off the Rails podcast. Our guests for today are Drew and Aurora Shafer. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
Yeah.
Hello.
Now, a member of our family was not able, our co-host Tom was not able to be here today due to some illness in the family, and we're letting him deal with that, and that's some serious stuff. So I've asked my family to help out to co-host. So let's welcome Will and Ben Krolowitz to the show.
Yeah.
Woo! We also have Mike Kobin and Molly Westenberger. Yeah, third son of Will. And Molly Westenberger, our producer.
Woo!
Hello, guys.
Hi.
We talked a little bit about the weather. Welcome. Have you guys been able to do much work lately?
Yes.
We're gonna do that in a minute. Okay. So what we're gonna do first is we are gonna put you guys on the hot seat.
All right.
And make it hot.
Wait, we got something for it.
It's the hot seat. Wow, yeah.
You should be playing the drums, the black dude.
It's the hot seat.
Love it.
Well, too.
Vicky says, look at those handsome Krolos. Very handsome, all in their matching sweater vests.
All right, welcome back. So, Molly, do you have any questions for the hot seat?
I do have a couple. Let's see. How about what weird food combination do you guys really enjoy?
Oh my
Just a
God.
weird food combination.
I have a good one. So
Okay, do
I'll go
it.
first.
Maybe it'll spark something for me. I'm like, I don't know.
I feel like, okay, so you guys are Midwesterners. I hear it's like a Midwestern / maybe Pennsylvania thing, but I love peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwiches.
Oh,
No?
You
Okay.
do, actually.
well, I'm from New Orleans, so I don't know nothing about all
Okay.
that.
Thank you, Will. That's
I don't know nothing about
disgusting.
that.
We tried them on the show once because we heard that it was a thing, not really around here, but that was a thing that people really enjoy. And so Tom made some on the show before you, pre-William,
William.
and we all tried it. I actually really enjoyed it.
Ew.
It's really good.
It
That
sounds
is
really
so
gross, but don't judge until you've tried it. Come on.
Peanut butter
have-
and jelly.
Peanut butter and bananas. I like it.
Bananas,
Yeah.
honey.
Yeah.
Butter and honey
Peanut-
is another good one.
Peanut butter,
That's the
honey,
best
and
one.
bananas.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I used
Yes.
to have that for lunch in elementary school every day.
Yes.
With some pink starburst.
I guess the real is kind of mayo, right?
Oh, not Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip is not mayo, it's Miracle Whip.
No, don't do that. That's
Nice.
gross.
Ew, this is getting worse and worse by the second. Like, ugh,
All right, so
no.
give us what kind of combination?
I don't really have any weird food combinations. I'm like pretty basic, but sometimes I like to eat like a spoonful of peanut butter and have a glass of almond milk. I guess that's like kind of weird.
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay, I guess I'm just like
down.
perfect. I don't know. I eat normal.
Is it sweetened or unsweetened almond milk?
It's unsweetened original almond milk, just like almond milk and then a spoonful of peanut butter. And I just like lick it and take a sip and it tastes good.
That's awesome. No, that doesn't seem weird. What else?
Yeah,
we got?
I don't know. I was raised
What
on like
about you guys?
seasoning and food. It tastes normal.
Will, Ben, anything?
I don't get crazy. I was raised properly.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nothing that readily jumps to mind. I was just wondering what color your vomit would be after eating the peanut butter and mayo sandwich.
Oh,
Brown, gross,
Yeah.
chunky.
It probably
creamy
would
peanut butter.
it would
Creamy.
smell so bad. Ugh. It would smell sour.
Oh, yes,
Ooh.
absolutely.
Do you use chunky peanut butter?
No,
You
gross.
can use either. I mean, it depends. It's just like it almost gives like it's like the oil from the mayonnaise is really what
Oh my god,
combines.
I'm
with
literally
the peanut
throwing up.
Well, what kind of bread?
butter. I do wheat. I'm
Wheat,
on a
right?
diet.
There you go. You gotta be healthy. You gotta be
You know,
healthy.
I tend to hate on mayonnaise, but I've gotten into it more recently. Like I put it on every burger I eat, and I'd give it a shot as long as someone ate it in my presence. It's not like I'm not just being punked, you know?
Right.
That's what I tried to do with her. I was like, "Yeah, try it," and she was like, "Oh, gross." I was
I
like,
took
"I'll
a-
eat it."
I took a bite of it. It was just too slimy. It was like what is the point of all of this like buttery fat like
It's very, 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 very fatty, oily.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lynn Karlowitz says sounds like a lot of calories.
yes, Lynn, you're correct. It's too many.
Drew, don't blame that on the Midwest, man. That's so crazy.
You do not own that.
Yeah, you're not from the Midwest.
No, but my
That kind of
family.
stuff. Don't speak for us.
My family's originally from Missouri, so they're like, "Yeah,
Oh,
this is what
really?
we eat all the time." Yeah.
Okay.
Of course they would eat that in misery. That
Yeah,
makes so
right.
much sense.
The show me state.
Yeah.
Show
Missouri.
me something else.
All right. What else
Oh
we got?
my gosh. What would a world populated by clones of you be like?
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, so dramatic. So a world populated of clones of me would be dramatic. They would all be really hard workers, but not know where to put their hard work. They would just like sleep in and be like, tomorrow. And then if someone tried to make them do something, they'd be like, oh my God, like, why can't you just let me live and like love me? Like, I just don't understand why.
Look, Drew, what about you, man? Like with a whole world full of clones of Aurora, how would you handle that?
He get his ass whooped.
Exactly.
You'd be in hiding.
I'm gonna lose no matter what. Like, I'm gonna sleep with the one I think is her, and she's gonna find out. It wasn't me, and I'm gonna be like, how did I know? Wow.
One is plenty, right?
One is
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Yeah, more than anyone needs.
What about a bunch of clones of Drew?
It would be miserable, honestly. Like,
No.
for starters, no. It
I
would
think
be
it'd be
like
great.
it would be like quarantine, like lockdown, because nobody would ever go outside. They just stay at home and just watch TV, and there would be no social gatherings. So, like,
Except you would see a lot of people out. You'd see a lot of him running because he just runs. He just like runs and then he goes inside and plays video games and he gets shit done. Everything would be, honestly, world peace would be a thing. There would be no world hunger. Everyone would just get along. Everyone would be walking around going, oh, sorry. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Oh, sorry. It'd be such a great
Peanut butter
world.
and mayo
Yeah,
sandwiches.
no more peanut butter with mayonnaise. I'd rather die.
That'd be the main menu everywhere
Sounds
you
a lot
went.
like Canada.
Butter and mayo.
you'd have to start each morning with an oath and eat a peanut butter and mayo sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I would rather live in Drew's world than my world. Let's just say that.
They both sound pretty scary.
Tom's calling you out, William, and saying that you tried the peanut butter and mayo sandwich, but I don't know if he's. I don't know. I think he
You know
might
what?
be
You know
confused.
what? I think I was a guest, and I think I did try it. I seem to
Oh,
remember.
See, I knew it was It was
He didn't
before
wanna
you
admit
because
it
I knew Mark
originally.
was there.
I forgot. It didn't leave that.
You'd
because
rather die.
Because you tried it.
I eat a lot of things. Just look at me.
He's the guest that never leaves either.
I love that Ben just totally called his dad out. That was awesome. He's like, it's awesome.
Also, why is the peanut butter and mayo sandwich like the Nickelback of sandwiches right now? Like, everybody's like, oh, gross, I hate it. And then we all listen to it in the car.
I love Nickelback. I'll say it so
Oh,
everyone
Lord.
can hear. Yep. I'm not. Oh, don't call me cool. I love. Listen,
Don't call me
three of
cool.
us went down to Disney and we did a song, a Nickelback song, and recorded it. Don't do this.
That was something forced for your children,
No,
wasn't
no, we were into
You've
it.
triggered William somehow.
You didn't want to admit it.
Disney brings us all together. We did it. We did it. And we liked it.
Yeah.
We did it. We liked it. There you go.
Well, it was so long ago that it was on VHS.
It wasn't on
Good
VHS.
luck finding it.
I still have the VHS. I don't have a VHS player. I don't have been doing it.
I feel like the peanut butter and mayo is like a life lesson. Like it sounds disgusting,
it?
but try it.
Nah.
No,
Try it.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm with
absolutely don't do that.
No.
I really enjoyed it.
I tried it and I
Before we move on, I do have to apologize to Drew. I looked at the promo. You know, we had Adam Gable on, and like she did mention Drew Shafer up in the comments, but it said
I'm so sorry.
Adam Shafer. So I think for the rest of the show, you're gonna have to get a little gravelly for us.
Talk like this.
If you could do that.
try it.
Grouch.
Try it.
I don't have a deep voice. I don't.
He was great, man. He was an awesome guest.
He
I
was
love that guy.
hilarious. That was a lot of fun.
Well, you know, we also had Jason Rowland.
Yeah, he
As a
told us
guest.
he told us he had a terrible time
Oh,
and
no.
that the show
Told me
is
he would do
terrible.
it anytime.
No, he lied to your face.
Well, we got
Very
Mike
Canadian.
Eastak coming up, and we also have Ethan Hirschenfeld and Iris Sommer. So we got quite a few.
Nice.
I mean,
Oh,
that's
those
like,
are great people.
yeah, it's been great about meeting these people from all over. And John Wynn is another one that I'm working on. He's going to let me know. So yeah, it'll be good. And we did get the producer from America's Got Talent. You remember her?
Yeah, no, Nyla,
She was
yeah.
a great host and holding her little baby. It was awesome. Yep.
Patrick's
She's
in the
so
comments,
awesome.
like not liking the mayo and peanut butter thing. I'm trying to.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Pat.
You gotta try it. Like, Aurora didn't like short guys. Never dated one, and she tried me.
Yeah, and if she hadn't tried,
I mean, that would limit her to NBA players pretty much because she's like,
Exactly.
I mean, I was a college athlete, so I wasn't really far from breeders, Like I was
what did
like
you play in college.
basketball.
Nice.
Oh, you
Actually,
think you
when-
could hoop me?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh, no.
Even-
no,
even
no,
as a-
no, I
even out
want
of-
to do this.
That's a
Now,
nice
even-
basketball player. Yeah. Come
Now
back.
No,
even
if I
out of-
didn't have a kid when I was 18, I could have.
Oh, coulda, woulda, shoulda. I want to
Well,
see this.
Even out of
wanna
shape,
see
I would do
lose
it.
to a girl, and I want.
I
to
would.
see-
Hey,
we make a
if
show
she
out of it.
beats me, I would. It's
Oh,
complete
no.
respect,
I'm
obviously.
so sorry. I'm not a girl. I'm a baller. I
I'm
don't know.
sorry. You're right.
No,
My bad.
it's misunderstanding. Yeah, sorry.
My bad. I would
She'll
love
meet
to
you
see
in the
that.
paint.
I would
And
definitely
then
do
you
it.
would
too.
have to quit. If she beats you, you couldn't play basketball anymore. It's got to be some kind of thing. You can't
Yeah.
just lose and that's it. If she beats you, you can no longer play basketball.
Oh, let's do it.
And I don't know.
He's like nervous.
Now you're putting the pressure on me. Like, oh man. See, I don't mind the video getting out there and me getting my ass whooped by college.
That's going to go out.
That'd be at least she was in college, you know.
Well, she's a bowler, and obviously you're not.
I walked onto the UNR basketball team.
Where did you play college ball?
Nobody knows it is you.
Oh, okay, University of Nevada, Reno. When I walked on, that was Colin Kaepernick's senior year.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. So we crossed paths in the locker room, which was pretty cool. That's like the highlight of my college experience.
Locker room. What is it?
I mean, not the locker room. Oh my
Hanging
god.
out in the locker room.
I mean the weight room.
Locker room. What's going on there?
Towels.
I mean the weight room.
Yeah. No, I don't want to hear what she saw.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised he's able to
Water
do
man.
that.
That's awesome.
Oh god.
Hey, how did
weight
you
room.
guys meet? How did you guys meet?
Us, comedy.
Yeah, stand up.
Yeah.
Isn't that
And
cute?
How
That
long?
is
It
kinda-
is. It is. I mean, like, I liked y'all right off the bat when I met you. I was like,
Oh.
they really compliment each other well. And then I watched both of your sets and I was like, this is awesome, man. I mean, you don't see, there's a few like Rich Voss and Bonnie, and there's a few, couples or whatever, but it's like, I don't know, there's something about you guys. Y'all had a certain quality, and it's like, this is a lasting thing. Do y'all talk about having,
Oh, so cute.
do you guys talk about having any kids, or you don't want any because of your careers, or?
No, we're probably gonna have some.
Yeah.
Probably start next year.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because how long?
See?
She's rolling around. Drew, you're going to have to carry the baby, though.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was so funny. The worst part, so we're both comedians. I've been doing it about a year longer than she has, but she's funnier than me. And so, like, early on when we first started dating, I was like, if we have kids, like, are you going to be okay staying at home watching the kids while I'm out touring?
And that lit a fuel in my fire. I was like, you want me to do what? You expect me to be the mom?
We know
Like,
it's going to be the other way around.
Yeah.
You're going to be touring. He's
And
going to
I-
be home with the kids.
and I started working my
Maybe you let
butt
him
off.
open for you if he's good enough. That's how that's going down.
Only if she's within a 2-hour radius so I can take the kids with me.
Or with the kid, you can take the kid on stage.
Thank you. That's what I said. I said you can chase toddlers and chase your dreams. You don't have to stop.
Yeah, just get one of those like backpacks, kid.
You know
We
what?
already have
Give it
one
a
for our
few
dog.
more years, man, because like you guys are really starting to kind of blossom as comics. Enjoy that time, man.
I know.
Wait 5 years, and then you still be pretty young, right? I mean, I'm not.
Yeah, I'll be in 5 years. I'll be 34.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
wait
yeah.
5 years. Give it a 5-year thing, and then you guys can work
You
on.
guys are just babies.
Yeah, no, you can work on your
Yay.
stand up, and you can.
I just
travel
don't want to
together.
have to use a condom for 5 years, though. That's like a long time.
All pulling out.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, I did fail at that one time.
Ben has 3 kids. He can tell you that. He went and got a vasectomy. Okay, well, within 5 years, he had 3 kids, and then he went and got a vasectomy. He goes, "That's it."
Well, we tried for most of them, but yeah, it doesn't work.
Ben, just for whatever reason, with the sweater vest, Ben, you look like a youth pastor. Like, pulling that doesn't work. Only
That's the
abstinence.
flag behind him.
Would you do you have a few minutes to talk about Jesus?
Nope.
No,
No religion on the show,
Fair
Ben.
point.
no religion, no politics, and no Brett Favre. Those are the rules.
Okay. I can handle those guidelines.
Well, we do movies with Mark Metcalf. Are you familiar with Mark? He was
Yeah.
the maestro on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So every other week we'll do a movie review with him, and it ultimately, goes to politics, and it just a movie that we watch, he will somehow tie it in with politics, and he's living out there in Portland, so it's like, okay.
But he's on mushrooms and he's just like hallucinating.
They've ruined Portlandia for me. I used to love that show, and now it's like,
It's kind of funny though when Drew and I first met, I actually went to this open mic because I thought another comedian was hot and I wanted to start stand up. I was like interested in starting, and this hot guy at my college was like, oh, you should like come to this open mic. And I was like, oh my God, will you be there? Like, I'll totally go, you know? And then I went and I brought like all my friends. And then Drew recognized one of my friends because he thought my friend was hot. He had met like a couple years before. And so, but then we met that night, and then
you settled for one another.
This is
exactly.
a rare type meeting right here.
Yeah.
I wanted her, I wanted him. And...
I think he wanted me, and I wanted stage time at the local comedy club that he worked at. So it was like,
I like you because you can get me stage time.
That's
I think. Well, yeah, but I think nowadays you do pretty well on your own.
Oh, me? Yeah, I don't have to sleep with people anymore to get stage time.
No,
so.
well, I mean, she advanced to the next round at the World Series of Comedy there in Vegas.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of that that whole Vegas thing?
I had a really good time. I mean, the room was. I mean, what do you think?
You can go first. I'm thinking of.
Okay, so here's my honest thing. I had a really good time the whole time, and I just the first show that I did. Everyone was coming out and they're like, oh, the crowd is so rough. It's a rough crowd. And then I went up and performed and they're like, right, the crowd was so rough. And I was like, I thought they were really good. I don't know. And that's like kind of when I realized, like, I think I made it to the next round because me and Paul Conyers were the only ones that came off the stage that we both were like, they were good for you, right? They were good for me. I don't know what everyone's talking about. So I had a really good time. Like, I thought it was a good experience. And it's always fun to see Jason and Joe and like hang out with all the comics. So, you know, something we haven't done in a year.
Yeah.
So I loved it.
I just wish with this, I mean, I think having stage time in a comedy club was great. And it was cheap. The flight was really cheap to get there. The hotel was really cheap because of the pandemic. And the only the issue that I have is we didn't have a chance to watch the other comics perform because of social distancing, because I like to watch the show. I like to see how the crowd is. And then, you know, I just went in right before the person in front of me went. And then I went and I think I did a good job. But evidently the judges thought the person in front of me and the person behind me in advance, but not me.
Oh, no.
So, but you know, it's all subjective. I mean, I got that's what I like about doing the satellites and doing it. You get a recording on a different stage. And I said, well, I'm going to do different. I don't want to have the same set in different cities. I want to do different things. And sometimes, you know, you don't have a chance to work that material as much as you should because of the pandemic or whatever. It's like, I'm going to just go out there and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I felt okay about my set. And we just got the clips. Did y'all get your clips?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at it yet. Did I get a clip?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Probably got two because you advanced. You had another round.
Yeah.
I know I didn't. I don't even know. I haven't looked.
Well, listen, I shared and I still haven't looked at mine. I can listen to it. I can't look at it.
It's hard to
look.
look.
Turn the sound down and I can look at it, but I can't listen at the same time. It takes me a while. I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan of me yet.
I feel like
I
that's
have to
all
get
of us,
better.
Like
It's like I start to watch it and like, oh, it makes me cringe. So it takes me a while before I can really sit down and objectively look at what I did. I don't know. I'm just not.
I sit down and watch myself like this. Okay. And I like force myself to do it because I have to see like I was just watching old videos of myself and I realized I hold the mic. I was holding the mic like a dick. Like I literally was going like this. And I was like, here's my
see those.
I think I got the clip.
A lot of hands.
She was holding it like a Colin Kaepernick. Like
yeah, I was like
now she's
not a Drew.
I hear that he wears a wig.
And now I'm like, and I see that and I'm like, thank God I watched those videos because, you know, that was like 4 years ago that I was doing that. But if I never watched that, I would, and in way in the beginning, I used to hold the mic like this and then I would have the cord in my hand and I would like swing it around. Like, what are you doing? Put your hand down, you know, like but I have to watch myself. Otherwise I'm going to do weird shit like that.
Yeah. No, it's hard for me to watch. I've been trying to like find clips for like TikTok and Instagram to try to like get a following there. But it's like 5 years ago, my voice on stage was deeper and like more confident, and now I'm like asking everything. I'm like, what happened to me? Am I like reverse puberty?
You got into a relationship.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's just your beta male.
With a
and she's
strong
the
woman, and
alpha.
you've got to, oh,
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
She's taking the balls.
Yeah, I don't have
I-
opinions.
And I,
What about you, Mike? Mike probably loves himself. watching himself.
I was gonna say, most of the time I do like watching myself, but I can tell, like, there's certain things I don't like. Like, if I know I didn't have a good show, my thing is like I'll lean on the fucking mic stand, and if I'm doing that, it's not gonna be. If I'm just pacing back and forth and talking, it's a way better show for me personally. But if I'm standing there trying to be like, oh, one of those comics that just does one-liners and stuff, that's not me. And
Right.
stand there trying to act like this, it's not.
It's so weird when you,
I get the cringing moments, like, and I gotta say, this man right here, that whole spiel he just gave, this is why I've been following him for 20 years. I love his mind, and I've been picking it for all those times, and I just
well,
wanted
he's
to
got
say
this
that,
look
bro.
on his face, like,
oh,
like, aw.
I
He's looking at him like he's like proud of his son, and your sons are right there.
Honestly, I told him he did great impressions, but he wrote no material. He would just get up there and try to wing it. I'm like, dude, when you see people looking like they're winging it, they're prepared. Write some material, write your jokes. And I drilled that into him. I said, because you got all the talent in the world, and he's trying to get by on that. I said, when you get into a different situation, a different city where no one knows you, you're going to have to be funny on your own. You got to write the material.
right. I just realized that all the Krolowitz are wearing sweater vests. That's every single
That's a
one.
tribute to me.
Yeah. That's so good.
It's
Also, I
impact.
feel like I'm looking into Drew's future when I look at I'm like, oh, this is you in the future. Just like a nice guy.
Good luck.
It is.
I like them. They're sweet boys. I like them.
Patrick wants to know where the first place you guys went on stage and how did it go?
Ooh.
My first place was at Great Basin in Sparks, Nevada, which is basically Reno. And that's where I met Drew. And I went up and I had lots of tequila before and some beer. And I brought 30 of my closest girlfriends. And it went well. I ran the light by like 3 minutes because I didn't know what that meant. I just saw, saw him lighting me and I was like, cool. All right.
Thanks for the light.
And
Is
then
someone filming?
yeah, I was like so confused, and it went really well though, and I ended up winning the competition that night. But I think it's because I brought 30 of my closest
Oh, yeah,
girlfriends.
it's definitely a reason.
But yeah, it went well.
Yeah, it
What
went
about
really
you,
well.
Drew?
First time we got a dive bar, 3rd Street bar in Reno.
Oh, that's a classic.
Yeah, it was very much like a dark, dirty dive bar, Mike. Like if you told sick jokes for 5 minutes, you would win every week.
Oh,
And,
okay.
my first time there, I came in second because I brought 0 friends because I don't have any.
I know, but
And-
second
You
with
still
no.
came in second.
Yeah,
and
that's
the person who
good.
beat me brought like 15. So it was like, would I have won my first time? And it was, it was just so much fun. And so the first few years, it was mostly that Mike and me being just a dirty comedian for a long time.
And I would like to say that I think I actually like truly won my first mic experience because I found the love of my life.
There you go.
Aw.
Aww.
Even though that's not the one you were looking for originally.
Yeah.
Patrick is also very impressed that you have 30 close friends.
Yeah. It was
And very,
college.
a little bit sad, I think.
Ben, tell them about the first time you got on stage. The one time you got on stage.
I don't know. It was the open mic. I wasn't that funny. I dropped a lot of F-bombs and
We went down
you
to
know,
New Orleans and a place called the Howlin' Wolf. So I said, I'm going to go there and I'm going to do a set. And so his cousin said, I think I'm going to get up and do it too. And he goes, well, if you do it, I'm going to do it. So what name did you use?
I don't remember. But it was
Cyrus
funny.
something. You were Cyrus something because I didn't see his name on the list. I said, I don't see your name on the list. He goes, oh, I'm Cyrus, whatever. I don't want to use the same name as you. And so I said, okay. So I got up early because the guy knew I was a comic. I got up early when it was a full room. He got up when it was not that full.
No.
And I thought he did a great job. I thought you cussed a little too much, but all he did was goof on me and his mom, and it was funny.
That's some of the best stuff.
It was. And I thought you for your first time getting on stage, I thought you did a great job. What about you, Mike?
The first time I was on stage,
You
probably saw
Cafe?
me. Yeah, you probably saw me, and I was, and like Will said, I had gotten such a big head from doing those classes originally because, like he said, I would get up there and do impressions and kind of wing it, and everybody would laugh. But then I'd start getting booked. Once I got booked,
Well, did you do Last Comic Stand in there?
I did that too
in
with
Minneapolis,
and I ran into you. I was. That was with my pops drove me out to Minneapolis. I was 19 years old, and I got up there and completely did the wrong joke, and they kicked me off immediately. Like, get the hell off the stage. I was like, all right, see you later.
And so I stood in line and didn't even get in. So clowns like him could get up there and waste my opportunity. And it's
my
shit, man. And I knew a bunch of people that really weren't comics. Like, why are you getting in line when real comics?
I was the last one up, though. I was like one of the last two that got in as well. They only allowed like 100, and respect to my dad, rest in peace. But he stood in line for me.
He stood in line for him.
He was like, go sleep in the car for a bit. And stood there in line, hanging out with all these comics.
It was freezing cold, Minneapolis,
so sweet.
Minnesota, and that's it. I know, spoiled kid.
You were with Daryl Hill, who's another
so
one of my
sweet.
old school mentors. But yeah,
that is like my biggest pet peeve. When I was living in LA in end of 2019 for like 4 months, and that was like it made me just want to punch in a wall every single time I'd go to like the Comedy Store or any comedy club in LA, and we had to line up for hours to get in to get picked by a raffle, so it wasn't even for sure. And then someone would get picked, and it was like their first time doing comedy, or it was a dare, or it was like a bachelor party, and they had to go up. And it was like, do you guys realize that people here have quit their jobs and like left their families for this shit, and you're taking up stage time? Like, I was in the middle of planning a wedding, and I left like Drew was living with my mom, and I was like, peace out. Well, he pushed me to do it, but it was like, we were like, I literally left everything, my work, my fiance, my mom, everything to like get up, move, live alone in LA and do this. And people are like, oh my God, I'm fucked up and I'm going to tell some dick jokes.
No, we went to a Kill Tony here in Milwaukee, and
that's another
bunch
one.
of comics were out there, and then we saw people whose names were called, and the guy's like, I don't have anything. Like, why did you put your name on the fucking list, man?
So
like people were getting really pissed off, you know. So it's like, yeah, that's the way it is sometimes, you know. Well, I have to tell you guys, I did the very first World Series of Comedy in Vegas. They didn't have satellites, and there was Joe Lowers when he had his room there, and I followed a guy from LA. And he's talking so much shit about how great he is. And I'm standing just off stage, and I can hear his set, and he's getting 0 laughs. 0. I see them light him. He keeps going, trying to find a soft place to land. They cut his mic. This is right before I'm going up. I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
I get up. And I slayed that fucking room. They were ready to laugh.
Yeah.
And then it came to like, this was the wild card round. They called up 3 names, and he didn't call my name. And I was shocked. It's like, what the hell happened? I destroyed. And Joe called me aside, and he goes, you would have won tonight, but one of the judges said that he heard one of your jokes before.
Oh.
And I'm like, what joke? He said, I don't know. You have to talk to him. So I did. I went up to him. I said, what joke did you hear? And he told me the joke. And I said, who did you hear that from? He goes, I'm not going to tell you that. I said, how long ago did you hear it? He goes, about 4 years ago. I said, I've been doing that joke for 10 years, and I can prove it. But the damage was already done.
Yeah.
So a headliner in Vegas had seen the show, and she said to me, you got robbed, man. He said, I'm going to take you down to Brad Garrett's club. This is when, before he was at MGM, he was at the Tropicana. So I'm going to take you down, and I'm going to get you a guest set at Brad Garrett's club. So we go in, and she talks to the manager, and the manager said, there's a contest in town. There's like 100 fucking comics trying to get a guest set here. And she goes, oh, well, because I have my friend here. Oh, it's your friend? Sure. I get up. do the thing. So judges were in the audience. Some of the comics were in the audience. I come off. The guy running the club, his name was Tony Camacho. He calls me aside and he goes, how'd you like to come back and host for a week?
Hell yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, yes.
Hell yeah.
Opportunity. And I worked Brad Garrett's comedy club, and it's like, whoo. So you never know what's going to happen.
That's happened to me before too. I've had comics steal my material and say it right in front of me. And I'm just like, wow, you have some big ass balls to do that. So I just changed it and made it 10 times better. So now they can't even compete with my joke.
And
it's my joke, and they just stick it.
I never did it again. And I mean, if you're a prolific writer, you're like, okay, that's messed up, but I'm gonna move on and do something else.
Right.
I was just gonna. One of my questions too was about Amy Schumer has a thing that she's trying to defend stealing jokes by parallel
from
thinking.
Patrice O'Neill, I think.
You can't
the parallel thinking thing that she's.
What does she say?
Yeah, that's
she's saying that it's just parallel thinking. It's not.
Someone
it's
what does that mean?
Yeah,
Can you elaborate? Can you elaborate? What does that mean? Parallel thinking.
I think she's just saying that they would just have the same thought process. It's not like I stole your joke. I thought of the same joke.
Here's the difference. Like, I watched Carlos Miller. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that guy comic, but I just recently watched a set of his. He had a joke very similar to mine. I know he didn't steal mine, and I know I didn't steal it from him. It was the same thing, but he's on TV. So what I did was ball it up, trash can.
Right.
You can't do that. Even if you have that parallel thought, if someone else that's bigger or better,
right? They'd be like, "You stole that from."
Yeah, and so I threw it away, even though it's one of my favorite.
Well,
jokes.
Also Amy Schumer, if you're at that level, she's not writing all the material. She's got writers, and she doesn't know where some of that stuff is coming from. So I'm not really blaming her because she had a show going on. She's doing stand up. She's hiring people to write jokes for her because she didn't have a lot of time. So I don't really hold that against her. But he did some of Patrice O'Neill's jokes. Sure. Absolutely. And I mean, just because he's gone doesn't mean you could use his shit. I don't know if you guys saw the last week they had a documentary on Comedy Central on Patrice
O'Neil.
O'Neil,
GOAT, in my opinion.
And it was really good. Yep. So, and you can find it on demand. I highly recommend it.
Yeah. No, I actually, same sort of thing. I had a comedian who I would open for a lot, but he would like come to Reno and party so hard that I think he heard my joke in like the middle of a blackout or like drunk, and then took that same premise and the same basic punchline and then went his own way, and he just had it on like a dry bar special, and I'm like, well, I can't use that ever again.
No, you can't because it's already been on the special. And but blackout, do you guys ever pick up Will, Ben? These are my sons. I know they do blackouts. Not lately, I hope. Father of three. But do you ever remember shit that happens on a blackout? Is it in your subconscious, you think?
I feel like
some dreams.
I feel like it could be there. I feel like bits and pieces get stuck, and it has to stick somewhere in your head. But yeah, he would just get so drunk, and maybe a blackout, maybe not a blackout, but heard it, and just maybe the next day was like, I have this weird idea about this. I'm like,
yeah, that's my joke.
Yeah. Oh well. So yeah, same thing.
Robin Williams used to be, they say he's notorious for that, but like he would just. His energy, that stream of consciousness, the things that he heard, and whenever someone would confront him, he would pay them money. Like I didn't do it on purpose, and I believe that.
Yeah, no, I believe it too. Yeah, you hear things, and your brain like absorbs it and keeps it somewhere, and then at some point it'll spill out. So especially, high energy, just stream of consciousness, you're gonna say something that's been said before and be like, oh, sorry.
Yeah,
that's why I try and stick like my own material. I try and stick to like my own stories and experiences, because there's no way, like it might be the same idea, but that's the whole point of comedy, is that everyone's been through that or has seen that. But if I tell my own stories, and no one is going to tell the same story as me. I'm just more of a storyteller comic than like a jokey joke.
Right.
Wait,
right.
You're saying there's not a lot of 6 foot tall Asian American college basketball women out there?
No, apparently not. And I'm Asian and black too, so it's like,
oh, wow.
Hey, mixed people, I love it. I'm likewise.
My mom was born and raised in Haiti.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we black.
No.
And you're dating a short, well, married to.
Yeah,
We're still dating. She's married to a short guy, which, like, when we were shopping for our wedding, like, there were no, like, cake toppers that had a short guy with a tall woman. Like,
Just stick them further in.
Great though.
You
They
That
should
would've
have
been
put
hilarious.
the dude down in the cake more.
I actually special ordered one.
sloping over.
Yeah, speaking of having our own unique experience, I had to special order our cake topper, and it was a tall bride with a short guy on a stool kissing the bride.
Oh.
And underneath it said "worth the climb."
Awesome.
yeah. Like, right now, I know we sort of look like I look taller.
Yeah, you look about the
She's
same.
like a mile back, actually. She's in the camera tray.
Sitting down, you look like the same height, but she must just have really
Actually-
long legs.
You look
Yeah.
a little taller right there.
It's like Jeopardy.
Wait, sit up straight. Let's see.
Sit up straight.
I
You're
guess it's
wearing
just our
their
legs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait. Show him your shirt. Show
Oh,
him
yeah,
your shirt.
sorry. Oh, wait, I have to stand here.
Legs are really expensive.
You ain't going to the right spots.
I did a show once, and they had a guy sitting in front, and he had a shirt, and it said, "Not a drug guy." And I was like, "Yeah, your haircut gives it away."
Because comics think differently. We go for the unexpected stuff. Two people who come up with the same idea for a joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for us because we like our whole lives are together. Like, especially when we're on the road together. Well, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
But if we like travel together, most of our experiences are together now. So I feel like I'm trying to tap more into like my past experience before Drew, because then we might think of like the same joke over on the same experience. So we have to like figure out, honestly, we do it by who tells it better, and it's usually me. So
I think you guys would make a great show. You ever think about writing a script to have? I think that would be great.
I think it'd be fun if
It'd
you
be
guys
something
both
new.
went on like in the same like set, and like Drew did stuff about her, and then she did stuff
Right.
about him.
Yeah.
Like,
On stage
we did
together.
that.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
I think that
We
would
did that for our engagement party. So instead of having an engagement party, we actually produced a comedy show because it's how we met. And everyone for our wedding was like, "Oh, are you guys going to do stand-up at your wedding?" We're like, "No, we're getting married, so probably not. Like, I don't know. Don't have time for that." But the engagement party is more fun. So we decided to produce a whole show. And then we hired comics that are just like local comics that are friends of ours. And it was really fun. And we both did 15 minutes, and then we went on stage for 10 minutes and we like joked back and forth. I guess it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's hard because we're like opposites in comedy. Like,
Yeah.
she's very like storytelling. She's very entertaining, charismatic, and I'm like,
Entertaining.
yeah,
Thank you.
you're very entertaining. You are.
It could be something like the Jim Gaffigan, where he has that inner voice, like you could tell
Ooh.
a joke, and then she could just comment on the joke.
great the first side of it. I think
Oh
it'd be
yeah,
fun with that.
that'd be like our real life. Just me saying
Yeah.
something
Oh
and
my
we're going,
God.
not funny. That's
You guys do really fit well together
Yeah.
with how you guys, joke back and forth. It's actually
I could see that being a really
Yeah.
good show too.
I
if we could
agree
do
with
something
that.
Yeah, I mean, like
I do.
sitcoms are kind of pretty much over these days. Really, I mean, is there anything new out? But like maybe people might be.
And who
ready
else
for
is
something
doing
like
that anyways? It's something original, right? Nobody else is up there, husband and wife, just cracking on each other.
We are starting a podcast that we just recorded our first episode, but we haven't. It's a video podcast, but we haven't like put it out yet.
yeah.
because we
Oh,
just recorded
great.
it like 2 days ago.
Well, I'll
You should
definitely.
you should bank a couple before you release them.
Yeah,
Right.
make about 5 and then release them all together.
Yeah.
When you think it's
Yeah.
some good people.
Good. Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. Because we did
That's
one like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Like 4 years ago, we did a podcast, but I'm like a very shy, introverted person. So it very quickly became her just talking for 30 minutes. And we're just going, yeah. Okay. Yeah. So,
We were young
He's
and
a hype man.
we've learned.
yeah, I didn't want to express my opinions and make her run away for whatever reason. I thought that's what happens if you share your opinion. So now I don't care. She's stuck with me.
She's
You got the
stuck.
ring on the finger. There you go.
Yeah, it's a lot of paperwork to leave, and she's not good at
It's a
paperwork.
whole
So,
thing, right?
so
Are you
yeah,
guys gonna do last comedy? Are you guys gonna do World Series of Comedy this year?
I
Dueling
don't
pianos of comedy.
know. We're still thinking about it.
yeah, we are, because it's like we don't want to really travel still until it's all said and done and over with. And I don't know. Maybe
Well,
take
that
another year off.
Sacramento club, do you guys work that club?
There's 3 clubs here, and we work all of them when they're like open and.
But nothing official. Like we're not passed at the clubs, but we do a lot of showcases and stuff like that.
2020 would have been that year for us.
Jen Canfield, when she gave the speech, and I've seen her a couple of years, and I always think like Sacramento, why would I go all the way up to Sacramento? But she made that club sound great, and her family is all involved, and I'm like, I would like to do that satellite. I think maybe this year I might try to get out there because it's just like, that sounds like a great club.
Yeah, it is a great club. We were just there on Thursday night watching a show. It was sold out, and it was outdoors, and she's figured out how to pretty much stay open through all of COVID by doing outdoor shows. She does a silent comedy show with you wear headphones, and then you just hear the comic on stage. It's like so fun, and she's just really nice, and she really loves the comedians in the area. Like, she will go like bend over backwards to support local comics. So it's a really good club, and it's set up well, and it's just, she runs it really well and professionally. It's amazing.
Yeah, and like the satellites go well. Like some of the satellites you probably did, like sometimes it's like 40 people show up and you're like, this isn't their normal night. But Sacramento, when we did it 2 years ago, was like almost sellout crowds.
So you recommend it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that's it. That's all I need to hear.
Laughs Unlimited, downtown Sacramento. If anyone's in town, check them out online. Buy the tickets.
Well, that she would say, like, if you're rude to the hostess, you're probably being rude to my mom. And if you get into it with the bartender, that's my baby's daddy. I'm like, this is the whole family in this club. I like that, though. I mean, it's like, I appreciate that kind of thing, a family-run club.
Yeah, and even like in the back, like, she has like a sign that says like, oh, here are my expectations for all the comedians. And it's like very family run. It's like, these people are just here to have fun. Like, don't mistreat the guests. Like, they're here to support you. Like, it's in every way. She's family run, zero corporate feel to it. It's just like, let's just have fun. Comedy's supposed to be fun. Let's do it.
All right. So now I might as well tell my Sacramento, California story.
Yeah.
I had to tell you something about Sacramento. So when I was in the Army, I was in Germany, and I'm in a bar, and an old man comes up to me, an old German man, and he knew I was an American soldier, and he said, "Goddamn Sacramento, California." And I'm like, what? Goddamn Sacramento, California. What is he talking about? And evidently, like, it was hard. Someone had to try to translate because I didn't speak German at the time. I learned a little bit. But he said he was a prisoner of war during World War II in Sacramento, California. Is that possible?
I think he got it mixed up with Oakland. That must have been Oakland. That can't be.
Did they have prisoner of war camps in Sacramento, California during World War II?
I mean, we have a prison. What's the prison? In Folsom?
Folsom, yeah.
Oh, Folsom prison. Yeah.
Folsom,
which is like,
Folsom.
Which is like a huge prison.
Think about it. He also shot a guy in Reno just to watch him die. Reno.
What's that prison on Rikers Island?
No, he was a prisoner of war camp. So I don't know. I mean, I wasn't around. I'm old, but not that old. I wasn't around.
Sacramento is the capital, but I don't know where.
Why would you ship somebody far?
Someone from Germany all the way to California?
No.
It's like in Asia, you just bring them across the Pacific. But like, unless he was fighting in the Pacific, I didn't know that. But maybe I should do a little bit of checking that out and see if there were prisoner of war camps in Sacramento, because he just kept saying goddamn Sacramento. I was like, whoa, that's the capital of California.
Maybe he was a Kings fan.
Yeah, I think
maybe he was a Kings fan.
Kings suck.
I think they wanted to keep those Germans as far away from the East Coast as possible. I could see them shipping them out there. They had the U-boats and everything in the Atlantic, and spies and saboteurs everywhere.
This can't tell you anything about World War II.
Jeez.
Yeah. Why wouldn't they just ship them somewhere terrible, like I don't know, Milwaukee or something?
Yeah,
and put him in jail and feed him peanut butter and mayonnaise.
All right, Missouri.
It goes full circle.
Listen here.
I thought we got kicked.
I know. I was like, oh my god,
They left.
Just kidding.
Sorry, my nose is running.
How are we doing on time?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I wanted to know where we could see some of your guys' clips, or if you have clips up or anything like that, because you two are hilarious. I'd like to check you out myself.
Oh, thanks. Well, on my Instagram, I've been posting clips at Aurora Sing, Aurora, like the Disney princess, and sing like every Punjab you've ever met. So on my Instagram, and then also on YouTube, I have, you just type in Aurora Sing comedy, and some of my clips will pop up, and then a lot of my old clips are unlisted, so I probably should make this.
Yeah, I want to get rid of some of my old clips too, so I feel
No, I put everything. I put a bombing up there because I want to have it up there, and if everybody wants to see it, I don't care. This is where I went.
Happen.
I said I'm not taking it down. This is me bombing, and that's the way it is.
I think if you type in Aurora Sing comedy, the first video that pops up is me at Flappers Comedy Club in LA, and it's like I don't know what happened, but the mic that's supposed to catch the laughter, it wasn't working, and so. Just
are you sure that's how that went down?
The mic
was
not working.
Like you bombed, but you didn't.
I didn't actually bomb. Like, it was a really good set, and you can hear when they like have like the applause break. You can hear them barely laughing, and you're like, "Oh, that's good. She got some giggles." But it's like, no, that was an applause break. Like,
I think I actually watched that clip. I think that's one of the ones you sent to me.
What about you, Drew?
Drew Shafer Comedy on Instagram is where I share a lot of stuff. DrewShaferComedy.com. If you search for my name, you'll find me everywhere. YouTube, I have a bunch of videos, but I took a lot of stuff down too. Like, I'm not scared of being canceled for like a past post. I'm just scared of people realizing I'm not funny. And like,
you're doing TikTok too, right?
And I'm on TikTok.
I like the idea that Will has of posting all of them and just letting them be visible, because I think it's interesting to have people see how you've progressed. Like because when I look at my old videos, I'm like, oh, but it's looking at them this week, I'm like, wow, I've come so far in over 6 years. Like I'm in it. You know, over the pandemic, I like have had a lot of existential crisis. Like I've like been like, what am I doing? And I want to start new projects, but I'm afraid. And it's like that reminded me, you have to start, because if you don't start, you're never going to get better. Because if I never started stand up over 6 years ago, I would not be as good as I am today. And those sets were not good. Like they were amateur, but I had to do it to learn and grow. And I had to continue to mess up and have senior comics be like, hey, you're holding the mic like a penis. And me be like, oh, okay, I should probably change that, you know, just like little things. But I think I'm going to make mine public.
Wow. Good.
Yeah. Why not? And I just saw a TikTok. Sorry. I just saw a TikTok of someone saying the famous person's most recent famous song versus their first ever song they put out, and the one I saw was Post Malone, and his first song, you guys, was trash. Like really? I could do better than that, and I have no like rapping. It was like worse than Friday. It was worse than that.
I've been saying this for years. I feel I can make a fucking pop song too.
Yeah, but that's
Will, you and
but then you have to start. You have to start. Otherwise, he wouldn't be Post Malone. You know, if he didn't make that, he would not be him today.
So he only had 3 face
like
tats.
And
Did you guys see his hoodie cover?
Not at all. I am shocked.
Yeah, I like Post Malone.
I thought you liked jazz and blues, like New Orleans style, like old school.
He just did a hoodie cover. You guys catch that?
Post Malone. I was driving Uber, and I just would have a station that would have the newer music on for people that I picked up, if I pick up younger people, and the girls that start singing along and stuff. So it's not music that I would listen to music from the 60s and 70s. Well, when I'm picking up people, I would have the top 40 stuff, and I started hearing some of the stuff. I'm like, yeah, man, he's pretty good. I like him.
Have you guys heard the driver's license song? You old people. People. Driver's license, it's so good.
It's so good. And it's like sang by a 16-year-old girl, and it literally makes me cry. It's so beautiful.
You old people? I don't think I'm gonna like that.
Post Malone,
I think I need to watch you listen to it.
when you were like, oh, I love Post Malone, I thought the same thing as Ben. I was like, did he just hear the Hootie cover? Is he just responding to the?
Oh, don't even get me started on Hootie, man. I'll be singing Hootie up in there when we're doing karaoke. Yes.
Oh.
I get applause. I'm good. That's right in my register, man. I'm Hootie all day
I love
long.
Hootie the Blowfish.
Yes. Come to we have a place in Milwaukee that it's a karaoke bar. On Friday night, they have open mic from 8 to 10, and then they have karaoke.
You ain't up past 10. Stop it, will you? What are you talking about? You won't even call me back at like 10:30.
That's true.
You'll send me a message late at night, and then 5 minutes later, I'll call him back, and he's already in bed.
I've had the disease. I've been extremely tired and going to sleep, and my body needs that rest. But there's plenty of Friday nights I've stayed there till just about midnight.
Well, way to make me look like a jackass when you had the disease. Jesus.
Well, I mean, like I've been sick. I nearly died. I was in the hospital for 5 days.
I remember. I sent you a message.
I'm so happy you didn't die. That would have been really
Me
sad.
too.
I'm sure his two kids right there
By the
are pretty
way,
thrilled about this.
Yeah, I have to say, Aurora Cyanide, those people were amazing. What a great staff. They took excellent care of me. I was afraid. And the doctor that admitted me to the hospital, he said, I said to him, you sound like you're kind of short of breath. He said, I just got over it. And he goes, I know exactly what to do. You're in very good hands. And he relaxed me because my blood pressure was through the roof. I was scared. I'm like, am I going to die? No, they took excellent care of me.
I've just been reminded that we didn't do our Coldwell Banker read for Roy at the top of the show.
Do you have it?
Well, it's just if you're looking to buy or sell a home, gotta check out Roy at Coldwell Banker Homestyle Realty.
Good old Roy.
Roy at cbhsr.com. I don't have his phone number.
Give Roy a call, Coldwell Banker.
They're a great group of people. They sold us our home. And yeah, they're awesome.
All right. So I guess we're gonna take a little break.
Yeah, we can. Here, I've got to.
We
got to share.
Be sure you like and share.
Oh, Lord.
Subscribe.
You like the share?
That was really
I did when I was a kid.
I know,
right
isn't
there.
that
Holy
awesome?
cow. Look at that. Who's that?
That's Mike Kobin's afro.
You had one that big?
It wasn't that
Nearly
big.
that
It was
big.
Up there, though. It was
And remember,
epic.
universe, we're not good enough.